Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our team here at LifeFlight Airways. My name is Fabian, and I will be giving you a presentation on some of the things that we expect from our new employees, particularly our cabin crew. So this is going to be some cabin crew training, more specifically on anti-discrimination, harassment prevention, disability accommodations, and safe passenger service. Again, my name is Fabian, and let us go ahead and continue on with the presentation/training. So let's start with some company information. Our name, of course, is LifeFlight Airways. Our concept as an airline is a low-cost, efficient airline that keeps fares simple while improving comfort through clearer policies, calmer service, and respectful passenger treatment. Our mission is to make affordable air travel accessible, safe, dignified for every passenger while giving employees a professional, legally compliant workplace. Some of the bullet points that come from our mission statement that I want you to recognize are our efficient fares, our clear rules, respectful service, accessible travel, and above all, safety. Safety is going to be number one across all airlines. We are not an exception. So our training objective and employee takeaway for today, I expect you by the end of this presentation/training, I would want you to know how to recognize conduct that may become discrimination or harassment, respond professionally, especially to guests, coworkers, owners, and managers, as well as handle disability accommodation issues without guessing or escalating conflict. I also would like you to use the reporting chain before a small issue becomes a major legal claim. Core takeaway is affordable travel still has to be lawful, respectful, and safe. Employees should never trade legal compliance for speed, convenience, or customer pressure. And our training format is just a short policy explanation, examples, and a final group scenario. So I want to give a history, definition, and current law background. For the history, the federal civil rights laws expanded workplace protections after the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Aviation access rules later focused on disability discrimination in air travel. The definition of the discrimination means unfair treatment based on a protected characteristic. Harassment is unwelcome conduct tied to protected status that can become unlawful. Also, our current law indicates that key rules includes Title VI, the ADA, the Air Carrier Access Act, wage hour standards, and aviation safety management expectations. So this is from our history, kind of going through the laws to what we have today, which by all airlines standard is the FAA Safety Culture SMS. So what does the employee contract cover? At the end of this presentation, I'm going to have you guys sign your official employee contracts, and essentially it's just going to be an acknowledgement for you have read the handbook, you will be following the safety rules, you will protect confidential information, and maintain professional conduct. As well as legal compliance, employees agree to follow anti-discrimination, anti-harassment, accommodation, wage and hour, and reporting policies. And at-will status, the contract clarifies that employment is at will unless a separate written agreement says otherwise. Something I want you to recognize is this contract does not replace the law. So it gives employees a clear expectations and written proof that training and policies were given to you and you read and absorbed the information that was provided. So our employee manual, which is required policy areas, equal employment opportunity is no discrimination based on legally protected characteristics, anti-harassment, no hostile, intimidating, sexual, or discriminatory conduct, disability access, follow passenger and employee accommodation procedures, reporting chain, this one's very important, report concerns to a supervisor, HR, safety, or compliance, and our safety culture are really our most important. Never sacrifice safety or legal compliance for on-time performance. And then discipline. Violations may lead to coaching, and then it will lead to a suspension, and then a termination, but usually will just be retraining if the offense is not too bad. Manual language should be plain, consistent, and usable during real passenger conflicts. So how to deal with guests and passengers. Passenger-facing rule. It's calm. You want to approach them with a calm, neutral, documented, and accessible manner. So do use respectful language, explain policy clearly, offer all available options, and call a supervisor before refusing service. Do not mock accents. We have had an issue with an employee who was recently terminated for doing this. Do not mock accents, disabilities, religion, clothing, gender, expression, age, or national origin, and do not deny access based on assumptions. Please contact your supervisor if you need further assistance for something that you are unsure what to do. And do not escalate. Threats, disability access, questions, intoxication, safety concerns, denied boarding, and discrimination complaints. So this is kind of everything I would like you to keep in mind. If this is too much to remember, just please remember to use neutral words, document the facts, call your supervisor, and protect access, and above all, safety first of not only yourself, but the passengers as well. So how do we deal with employees in management? Well, for coworkers, keep jokes and comments professional, stop conduct that targets protected status, and support coworkers who report concerns, and don't just kind of brush it off, because that's something that could turn really serious really fast. Management, when you're conducting deals with management, managers must model the policy, respond quickly, avoid retaliation, and document complaints objectively. So if you become in a management role or position, please keep that in mind. And for the owners and company leaders, so myself and some of the other members of the board, our responsibility is we must fund training, investigate complaints, and not pressure employees to ignore legal risk for speed or profit. So we have a retaliation warning. Employees must not be punished for reporting discrimination, harassment, and safety concerns or accommodation issues in good faith. So I would please encourage, if there's anything that you guys want to bring to our attention, don't be fearful. We won't fire you. We won't treat you any differently. Any serious concerns, we want to hear about them to make our airlines the best that it can be. So what is our reporting chain? What are you going to be required to do? So give notice, pause, document, report, and follow up. Example report. So if a passenger requested a wheelchair assistance at, let's say, gate B12, agent paused boarding, contacted supervisor, and documented the assistance request. So no assumptions were made about disability status. We couldn't just automatically will accommodate that guest if they're requested. Group interaction scenario. A delayed flight, let's say, creates a tense gate area. A passenger using a wheelchair says another guest mocked them. A gate agent is rushing boarding and says, "We do not have time for this." It's actually happened a couple times, which is why we're making this kind of scenario here. So I'm just going to ask a couple questions. What legal issues could be presented? Okay, quite class. And then question 2, what should the employee say first? Right, okay, neutral words, that's good, that's what we talked about before. Right, contact a supervisor if you aren't sure of what to do. At question 3, who should be notified and what should be documented? Right, the facts should be documented and your supervisors should be contacted. Good job. So, slow down, protect your dignity, document the facts, provide assistance, and involve a supervisor. So, some of the final takeaways. The do's is stay neutral, follow policy, ask for help, document facts, respect accommodations, report concerns early, do not joke about protected traits, do not retaliate, do not deny access based on assumptions, do not choose speed over safety. And really, LifeLight keeps fares low, not the standards low. So respectful service is part of legal compliance and part of the brand. And here are some of the references I used for training. That was my presentation. Now I will have you guys sign your employee contracts, which will be attached at the end of this video. And kind of coming back, my name is Fabian Vidal. That was my business law presentation. I hope you enjoyed. I'll have this video posted up on YouTube and have the link sent over on Canvas. And that is all. Thank you very much.